Yeah, please start from the beginning.
Yeah, so I was just making a point of observation. Ahan is good to inquire so deeply about these things. It's very refreshing. Uh, uh, the point is that though we say the soul association could possibly be with the breath, we should not be connecting like that, because even we know for a fact, this is a well proven, known for a fact matter, that a baby in the womb is also learning. So I think consciousness is there right from the, like Bhagini mentioned, right from the participant cells, the thing starts, the journey starts.
Yeah, no, I think he's talking about this prayatihi parastat. That prayatna includes the prana, etc. also. So the soul comes first, and maybe Ann, you want to tell again? You are asked.
The soul, so the body is made, and when the DNA comes, the soul also immediately comes, and breathing and the body.
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're here. Otherwise, your voice was getting cut, I think.
Oh, sorry. So first the body is prepared, and when the DNA comes, then immediately the a soul will also come, and then after the soul is inhabiting the made body for it, then the breathing starts, and the body starts working.
Yeah, no, that Anuj is right. It is, you cannot connect it that way, because see, if the semen itself includes the soul in it, then the body has not come yet. That the DNA material of that combines with the DNA material of the ovum, and together they now produce one cell, which is just a cell. It is a body for that soul at the moment, yes, but it is not the body you are thinking. The whole body with the arms, legs, eyes, ears has not yet arrived, but the soul has arrived already. So there are many Vedic verses which tell you that in the garb only the soul has come. So the soul always jumps from a living thing into a living thing. So starting from the unicellular organism which splits into two cells, from a living thing now, the first cell, at the point of separation, somewhere the other soul has come. Okay, so the breathing etc come may come later, but the soul enters as soon as the DNA material has separated out, and it becomes a separate entity. And in the case of human beings, even that single set of DNA material is carrying the soul with it. So, for different organisms, you will have to look upon it in a different way. For example, in the case of plants, the seeds are carrying the DNA material, which will now produce another plant. So, the soul is lying dormant in the seed. And when that seed now breaks into, it germinates and forms a plant, that is when now the soul can express itself. So there are many situations which the soul can go through. It's not as if the moment the soul comes, the piece of matter starts ticking. Yes, it is now alive, but it's not necessarily it has movement, etc. Clear? Or is that too difficult?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I think you're only thinking of Anuj when you said it is too difficult, not of Ahan.
No, that's not correct at all. Anuj only explained this. Okay.
But it is a very interesting discussion.
Yeah.
That means for one successful birth, we know that there are zillion failed
Correct,
opportunities, right?
correct.
So the question is, what are those solves? I mean, they failed to germinate, so they have to try again like that.
Yeah. And see why I have come to this conclusion. I must tell you that I have come to the conclusion that the semen has the soul. Number one, you can in our tradition, like even in Manusmriti, when I was teaching, I had taught this actually, that we have this paternal line and not the maternal line. While if you ask me, the maternal line of families is the most logical line according to me. However, we have the paternal line for heredity. Okay, and that is because of this semen carrying the soul in it. And the fact that the soul is in the semen and not in the ovum is also alive, okay, per se. But it is alive like you have a cell over here that too is alive, and yet it does not have a soul in it, in the sense that it is not an independent soul. It is being animated by that one soul which is animating the whole body. So the ovum is alive, but the particles of the semen, they are motile and they move under their own um, volition, which is a very clear indication, very clear attribute for a soul. Okay, while the ovum is just sitting over there waiting for this to come to it. So it is inert. So these are the reasons why I must say that this conclusion is also mine. You are welcome to disagree with it, but
No, very logical, very logical. I agree.
these are the two
No,
reasons.
actually, you have the way you have scientifically explained removes this Macoism. Otherwise, we may associate with it.
Yes. And why you have the Vansh running because of the Purush, then becomes clear. Otherwise, why is the husband given greater priority over wife? It doesn't explain at all. So this actually explains the reason why the wife is just seen as a vessel in which the womb grows. Of course, she's not just a vessel because half the DNA is hers as well, but the soul is arriving through the semen.
And there is something also about this mitochondrial DNA which is unchanging unless it is a natural mutation, which is how actually maternal
From the wife.
lineage is perfectly traceable.
But
Yeah,
that is
only
maternal actually. That
yeah,
is not paternal.
maternal. I know, maternal only. Mitochondria in the cell is only maternal.
Only maternal, yes. Only
The
the
mitochondria of the semen is non-existent.
no, it is part of the DNA. Yeah, that
No,
RNA and
mitochondrial
all,
DNA.
yes, the mitochondria are from the female body, yes. Correct. Okay, and coming back to you. So, is your question answered?
Yes.
Okay, so going back to your your
His
commentary.
text summary, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was this one. Yeah. Okay, now 6.1, no soul for force can know or tell how all this was created. This again, there are nuances to that. That is why I have said that this is not the complete description. Yes, it says that no soul or force. Force, I don't know how you're saying, but no soul can tell fully how the creation was there. They can tell up to a certain extent, but not fully because they came later. So again, here you must understand those two meanings have now got connected here. So because the forces of nature which we understand today are not there and in those early picoseconds, it is not possible for us to go all the way back. beyond the CMB. At the point of CMB, the forces of nature, you can say, have now come into being. So one Adidevik meaning is that, and the other Adhyatmic meaning is that because our own, even if we try seeing in the mind's eye, as was covered in verse number 4, that the sages, they go into meditation and then they see what was the beginning of the universe. So they are independent of all these forces and all that, but they are also not able to comprehend the full thing, and they will never be able to comprehend the full thing. So that is a thing which you need to add over here. And only God knows, since it is his creation, and he says, oh soul, work towards discovering him, that is your goal. You will gain something out of this life. Yes, that is reasonably correct what you are saying. But that is also the highest goal. So you have 4 goals of human beings. They are called purusharthas, that is dharma, arth, kama and moksha. So even living in this world, this desire to live in this world is also a valid desire. It is not as if it is a bad desire, nothing wrong with it. But the highest goal is to know him, and your whole janma becomes krita kritya, becomes fruitful, finally fruitful, ultimately fruitful, only when you see him and see yourself as a soul which is separate from matter. So this sukt is an indication by God that that is your ultimate goal.
And after we know him,
then you attain mukti, you attain moksha.
but in the remaining,
Sorry?
but in the after we know him, then in the remaining time of life, what will be the goal?
I didn't get you. Speak little slowly.
Jivan Mukti, he's talking about Jivan Muktas, goal of Jivan Muktas.
So after we know him, then for the rest of our life, what is the goal?
So you can continue to live now for as long as you wish. Okay. Now the reins of life are given by God to you only, and you can determine the length of your life once you have got this knowledge. And there is no further dharma or goal left for you. Okay, out of your own wish, you can take students and you can teach them and take them also to moksha, but or you can sit in meditation and be with God. So that is up to that particular soul which is there. And once you give up this body, then you don't acquire another body, and then you live with all your parts, which are actually greater than the parts which this body gives you. So this body is a limiting body which is limiting your own parts, and because you're always seeing through this, it is like, you know, you're watching the world through colored glasses, and they are pink colored, so everything appears pink to you. So you are unable to see that there are so many other different colors. You are only seeing it as dark pink, light pink, that's it. Once now you remove these glasses, the all the colors of this world suddenly reveal themselves. So something like that happens when the soul is free of the body. It can now see its own parts, and now it is free to move in this whole Brahman as it wishes, do what it feels like, be with God, be with other mukta atmas, do whatever it wants. But
Thank you.
the main thing is it is free of the limitations of the body and the sorrow which the body entails.
Yes, thanks.
Welcome. Okay. Is there any other question?
Raja, again, if I am not taking it out of the context, again going back to the 4th verse itself, we see the rishis understand the bond between the soul and the matter, and that is why they become vairagya or virakta. to get into that bond or what. So at the beginning of the creation or where we are now, the context is about the beginning of the creation itself, right? So though they are maybe at that time also the soul, that mukta atma already has this knowledge that, again going back into the bond of the matter is not what it wants. So is the virakti coming from there itself, or do they take birth any which way?
No, this at this time, which we have reached in verse 4. In verse 3 only creation has started. So now it is no longer before creation. And in verse 4, you have definitely come in the middle of creation. And so now here when we are talking of Kavayo Manisha Hridi Pratisha, so that is not those souls which are muktatmas, but it is talking of sages which take birth here on planets, and they have not yet achieved moksha, even though they are pure souls, but they have still some distance to go. But in their meditations, they are able to see this connection of the soul with the body. And see here what Patanjali had said in Yoga Darshan, same thing is coming up, that when you see this connection of the soul with the body, and you are able to separate out this entity called soul, and you see now that yes, this body is inanimate, it is a limiting factor, and it's actually the soul which I am. That is when the real renunciation sets in, and all this talk of nishkam karma and all that, don't do nishkam karma, all that is meaningless, because till you have seen this separation, you will do sakama karma. It is impossible for you not to have kamanas and to do any deed which has no consequence. It is only when you achieve this insight and you actually do this sakshatkar of the soul, that suddenly that link will break, and no deed you will do subsequently will entail a consequence, because now you have broken that connection with the body, and you no longer receive enjoyments from the body. So every deed which you do is your own, and not for the body, and not by the body, not for the body. Okay, I see language is a very it does not convey everything fully. So yes, things which you will do with the body will be for the body and by the body. But I think you get what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, but it was a beautiful suktam, and enjoyed, and very well put together by you all as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm happy that you people are thinking deeply into it, including Ahan. And Anuj, you are also doing a great job. Please continue to think, and don't restrain yourself. Vedas do have multiple meanings, and but you need to restrict yourself to what is possible, and not go into something just kind of fly off the handle and decide whatever you feel like.
Right. So, yeah, actually, Anuj putting that not for you, but for me, the break of overreaching at times, trying to ourselves extract, at least you have a scientific point of view, and here, not trying to take words out of context and trying to think in a different way also. Just, take it into the context and understand the right meaning of it is what the help coming out of you and from the group is like really amazing. So,
Yeah, you're actually this point which you brought out of conscious versus unconscious in Satasat is a very good point. It I think I will include part of it in the this thing as well. And what Ahan talked about this activity coming into the body because of the soul, that part is definitely right. And yes, that needs to be considered as well. Okay.
Ahan's name is there in the Suktam. Nice. Ahan.
Oh, Ahan. But I think he is Ahan. Ahan, what do you say? Anuj is saying in the second mantra, your name is there.
But isn't my name with A?
Yeah, that's what I think it is Ahan too.
Ahan means the one who has killed the ego, or what is?
It means first ray of sun.
It means what?
Can you hear me? Yeah, it means first ray of sun.
First ray of sun. Acha. Okay. Must
Oh,
be.
it is a vriddhi of
Ahana,
Ahan, I
vritti
think.
of
Of Ahan, yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very good,
So
very good.
of the day.
Yeah, of the day.
So it maybe in some context it also means first ray of the sun. Possible.
First ray of sunshine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So shall we do the chanting now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Na sadasi no sadasi tadanim.
Na sadasit no sadasit tadanim.
tadanim.
And you can also join, please. Nasidrajo no vyoma paroyat.
Nasidrajo no vyoma paroyat.
Himavariva kukasya sharman.
Kimavarivaha kuhukasya kasharman.
Ambah kimasid gahanam gabhiram.
Ambah kimasid gahanam gabhiram.
Namrityurasid amritam natarhi.
Namrityurasid amritam natarhi.
Naratya anam asid praketaha.
Naratrahana asit praketah.
Anidavatam swadhaya tadekam.
Anidavatam swadhaya tadekam.
Tasmadhanyanna parah kinchanasa.
Tasmadhanyam na parah kinchanasa.
Tama asid tamasa gudhamagre.
Tama asit tamasa gudamagre.
Apraketam salilam sarvama idam.
Apraketam salilam sarva aidam.
Tuchenapva pihitam yadasit.
Tuchenabhya pihitam yadasit.
Tapasastan mahina jayatekam.
Tapasastan mahina jayatekam.
Kamastadagre samavartadadhi.
Kamastadagre samavartadati.
Manasoretaha prathamam yadasit.
Manasoretaha pratamam yadasit.
Sato bandho masati niravindan.
Sato bandhumasati niravindan.
Hridi pratishya kavayo manisha.
Hridipratisya kavayo manisha.
Tirashchino vitato rashmiresham.
Tirashchino vitato rashmiresham.
Adhasvidasid upari svidasid.
Adhasvidasid uparisvidasid.
Retodhasan mahimana asan.
Retodha asan mahimana asan.
Swadha avastat prayatih parastat.
Svata avastat prayatih parastat.
Ko adha veda ka iha pravochat.
Ko adha veda ka iha prahocha.
Kuta jata kutayam visrishtih.
Kuta ajata kuta iyam vrisrishtih.
Arvagdeva asya visarjanena.
Arvagdevasya vijarjanena.
अथाको वेद यत आपभूव
Atako
अथा
veda
को
yata
वेद यत
ababhuva.
आबभूव
इयं विसृष्टेर्यत आपभूव
इयं विसृष्टिर्यथा
Yata
आबभूव
ababhuva.
यदि वा दधे यदि वा न
Yadi
यदि वा
vadadhe
दधे
yadi
यदि वा
vana.
न
यो अस्याध्यक्षः परमे व्योमन्
यो
Yosyadhyakshah
अस्याध्यक्षः
parame
परमे
yoman.
व्योमन्
सो अङ्गवेद यदि वा न वेद
Songa veda
अङ्गवेद
yadi
यदि
vana
वा न
veda.
वेद
See, in these
Om.
literal translations, here you can see there is no meaning for anger. So when you look at these translations deeply, you will find that some things have been missed out over here. And then you don't have a meaning for that. And then, of course, there is the logical meaning, which is absurd. I mean, even if you look at Christianity and then you say that is God upholding the universe, or the universe is going running amok, or he has created this universe, but does he really know what he's created? It makes no sense at all. So when something is not making sense, we have to ensure that we understand what it is that is being said, which we are not comprehending as is. See, Vedic mantras are not the same as what we humans make. So when we produce a work, we are ensuring that the other person understands it properly. Say when I am writing the commentary, then I am trying to write it in a way so that everything I want to say is written in black and white. But the Vedas have to cover a lot of ground, and they are like God's other works. Okay, so you see in this whole universe, all of God's works are not simple, in the sense they don't reveal themselves to you just like that. You have to open them layer by layer by layer and by layer. And then as you go down, you will find, oh, this is because of that, this is because of that. So you look at a flower in ultraviolet light and you find, oh my God, there is something even in that range which is there, which the insects are seeing, which is not visible to my eye. So same thing is there here in Vedic mantras, and we have to go by what the sages have said. And also some people like Uttara have said. Because of I will generally not be able to take the meaning completely. I will not be able to determine myself. I have to take the meanings of the words as is, but I can correlate them differently. Okay, so that is the only input which I can provide, and that is what I have done in verses 4 and 5 in particular. And you can reject that Adi Devik meaning if you wish to, but I think it's correct actually. Okay, anyway, so let us say it was
So
great.
when do we start our next journey?
Yeah. So what do you guys prefer? Anuj, what is it?
I'm
that
okay
you
with
like?
anything.
You are okay with either the Upanishad or Nyaya Darshan?
Yeah.
Okay. And Anuj, what is it that you prefer?
I think I'll go with the flow, and I should be okay.
You are also okay with either. Okay. Ahan, I'm not sure he's joining us next time. What do you prefer, Anand? Ahan,
Can I do Nyaya Darshan?
Nyaya Darshan. You are into Nyaya Darshan.
That's about like knowing which is true and which is not true, right?
Correct, correct. It is about logic and reasoning.
Yes. So can I do Nyaya Darshan?
Okay. So we will give it a shot.
But it's very exhaustive. It's not going to be like a simpler small Upanishad or a Suktam.
No, not at all. In fact, just like Sankhya Darshan took us 2 years that could take us 1.5 to 2 years as well.
No, I think we should do something light, Bhagini, please.
Okay, and you are overruled. Anyway, let the others also get back.
No, maybe what you do, Bhagini, I think let's do this rather than very exhaustive. Probably he's looking for a introductory summary. Maybe you can go through some portions, not go too deep, perhaps like Tarka and all those things can start becoming very technical.
Yeah, correct. Maybe
How big is Nyaya Darshan, Uttaraji?
it is 6 chapters, and
Oh, like Sankhya.
yeah. And I must warn you that there are parts which I'm not too sure that I am right. And then there are other things which I have completely left. What is the meaning which is understood today? So I don't agree with it at all. There I am particularly confident, and in other places I am a little doubtful whether I am right or wrong. I think I'm putting in my best foot, but I may be wrong in certain areas. So that is why
Maybe
I have
an introduction to Nyaya Darshana, and then the decisions can be made, perhaps. Yeah,
correct. Or maybe I
And
was also thinking
Prashnopanishad
maybe.
anyway, has got me stuck and with that Rai and these things.
Correct.
Maybe I think we can probably finish again. There are only, so many sutras in it. So probably 2-3 months time frame we should be able to finish, right?
Yeah.
Prashnopanishad also.
Upanishads are all, these are generally small, then
Yeah.
the Taittiriya
Not like
and
Brihadaranyaka and these are
yeah.
smaller, right? So
Correct. Even Taittiriya is a little bit bigger. And again,
Yeah.
that has several things which are very mysterious. One doesn't really know the meaning today. Actually,
Shikshavali and
probably,
Bhugavali.
yeah. Even that, this is the pucha and this is the paksha. You cannot always comprehend fully what is being meant here. What is the significance of that teaching? Anyway, let me see. I was also thinking of.
but it is extremely rhythmic and extremely good for chanting. That's why it's chanted much often. It sounds so brilliant to listen.
Correct. And a lot of teachings are very, very important. So, at least the philosophy I follow is it's okay if you don't understand parts of it, there is so much which is there in the part which you understand, which you need to know, and which you need to change your life according to that. That it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's some things which you don't understand, keep it on the back burner. It's all right. Someday we'll understand. So,
I agree.
I follow that philosophy, and what I was telling you was I was thinking maybe I will take one Vedic Sukta if I can think of some good one. Maybe we will do one more Vedic Sukta, or maybe we'll do Prashna. Let's see. And sometime later on, we will cover Nyaya as well. As Anuj was saying, just maybe a short form for you, and maybe a longer form for other people too. If you wish to stay, of course, nobody is stopping you. Please see how long you want to keep it up. Okay, so let me share the Shanti Mantra.
So you will announce on the group when it will start again,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Okay.
One thing that when will you put the finished version of the commentary?
Yeah, shortly I will put it up. Basically, it is a finished version only now. Only thing remaining now for me is to add the words of the mantra before the words. That is all that is remaining. Otherwise, as far as the commentary is concerned, it is finished.
Okay. But you were saying today that you're adding something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, correct. That I'll add. That what Prashanti said, no, that I will add it.
Okay. And then could you message in the group because I want to download it?
Yeah. I cannot, there's no point in my keeping it to myself. As you know, I always tell you immediately that the commentary is updated.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. Okay. There. Om Swayam Vajinstanvam Kalpayasva.
Om Swayam
Swayam
Vajinstanvam
Vajinstanvam
Kalpayasva.
Kalpayasva.
Swayam Yajasva Swayam Jushasva.
Swayam
Swayam
Yajasva
Yajasva
Swayam
Swayam
Jushasva.
Jushasva.
Mahimate na sannashe.
Mahimate
Mahimate
Nyena
Nena
Nasannashe.
Nasannashe.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Shanti
Shanti Shanti
Shanti
Shanti.
Okay.
Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavadah. Punah milam.
Dhanyavadah Hotraji.
Namaste. Namaste.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
Namaste.
Best wishes to you, Ahan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best wishes, Ahan.
Many best wishes.
Thank you very much.
And I should really pronounce Ahan, like you have clearly already explained. You shouldn't go with the English spelling. That's why we should use Devanagari. Ahan.
His
Okay.
English spelling is AAHAN only.
Oh, he has made it sure. Oh, great, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.